is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for Black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the Black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@kbla1580.com. That's advertising@kbla1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got your Black.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system. It is highly, highly, highly sensitive to four things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. And we are the only country in the world that has pushed these four things in the last 60 years or so on everybody growing up here. And so what I feel, what I observe, and what we're also testing on our ART system is that people have severely calcified pineal glands. It is astounding that the telecommunications industry has selected the frequencies out of the huge spectrum of frequencies that are absolutely destructive to our cells, and especially to the pineal gland. You know, they couldn't have made any better choices than 2.4 gigahertz.
What in the feast of Samhain is going on? The voice of reason has returned to KBLA with another shocking topic. Is that why we can't seem to pick the right person? We have a calcified pineal gland? What in the world is going... They're trying to kill our souls with Wi-Fi and fluoride. Oh, Lord. Okay. Breathe, Zoe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. Tonight's topic, it's a doozy. I have a special guest in studio. And you know how these shows go. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't get to your phone lines right now, I doubt you'll be able to get through. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Yes, get ready. I'm telling you, I doubt you'll be able to get through. We have a psychic in the building who's going to do readings. But we're going to have a really in-depth conversation because I, like you, I'm a diet believer, right? I believe with saccharin and aspartame and all types of preservatives. I'm skeptical. One part of me believes in this magical thinking, and the other part, the logical part, is like, it's not real. But then I got a grandmama and a great-grandmama who, for all intents and purposes, we're psychics. We're in tune. We're intuitive. And so I've seen it in my life. But how do you tap in? How do you make it real for yourself? Tonight's topic, psychic or psychotic? The interplay between spirituality and practicality. Can spirituality be practical? Or is spirituality synonymous with quantum mechanics, which is nonlinear? It's random. The basic rules of physics breaks down at the singularity of a black hole. I'm trying to figure it out tonight. People want to know if they got the right partner. People want to know if they're in the right relationship. We have an in-studio guest brought to me, highly recommended. I had to go through one of my sources, and my prompt to them was, they must be bona fide. Bona fide, solidified, qualified, verified. I need the truth up in here. And, we went through several people, and I got a chance to speak to the young lady. It's about to be interesting tonight. You want to talk about it? You want to know if he's cheating? Or let's flip it, because this is 2024. You want to know if she's cheating? You want to know if she's stealing any money? Let's find out. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Real quickly, before we get into all of the questions that we have, I want to introduce Joanna Garzilli. Did I get her?
Perfect.
I got it right?
Perfect pronunciation, Zoe.
Yay! Joanna Garzilli is in the building. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
She's got a great book. It's Never Too Late to Manifest Your Dreams. And this book is, you said HarperCollins picked this up, right?
Correct. It's called Big Miracles.
Big Miracles. Are y'all ready? It's everywhere. You can go get it, Amazon.com, I'm sure, right? Or you can go to her website, JoannaGarzilli.com. You want to know how to spell Garzilli? Garzilli. Now, she is America's intuition coach. Let me reframe it again. I'm like most black people. Psychics are like horror movies. You understand?
Oh, I understand.
You ask a black person, hey, let's sit down and watch Annabelle. They be like, not in my house. You want to watch The Exorcist? Boy, you ain't finna bring them demons up in here. It come right through the TV.
I agree with that. I remember seeing Poltergeist, and that was intense.
Man, Poltergeist? Now, listen, Andy, they said a lot of stuff happened on the set of Poltergeist. They said a lot of stuff happened on the set of The Exorcist as well. And Amityville Horror, but guess what? I'm still going to watch them. I'm just not going to watch them in my house. I'll be at the cigar lounge watching all of the new horror movies. Say, let the demons be in the cigar lounge. Just don't follow me home. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We have a bona fide psychic in the building. You already know what it is. Zoe Williams, the voice of I'm so excited right now. But I got questions. because I'm like you. Number one, just give us a little general background of who you are, how you got started, what made you write your book, what's your particular skill set? Do you use any tools? I got so many questions, but just give us a little general background on who you are.
Thank you, Zoe. I am quite a skeptic too. I mean, I still question, and I don't think anyone should trust a psychic fully. There are a lot of charlatans out there, and essentially the best person to trust is yourself, to form your relationship with your higher self, that wise part of the self. So I don't like when psychics can be scammy, when I know people who, when they're at the airport, for example, and someone comes up, one of these sort of psychics comes up and says something that is true, hooks the person in, and then says, you've got a curse on you, and it's going to cost you $200. Oh, it's going to be another $500 now, $1,000. That's just one example. So I am disgusted by some of the things that happen within the psychic industry. I think one has to be very careful. I left for a period of time. I went and worked in corporate America doing tax and legal, but then I felt I was called back to it. So I'm very skeptical too. But
So this is like a gift you were born with.
6 years old is when I had my first, I suppose, experience, but I didn't understand what it was. Again, I think we all are psychic, but then there is mediumship, which is connecting with loved ones on the other side. And that's harder. That's you can't just do it on call like Whoopi Goldberg does in Ghost. That's something to be worked at. But 6 years old was when I started having those experiences. It really scared me a lot because I didn't understand why I was feeling what I was feeling. I could feel when people were holding in their thoughts. I thought they were angry at me. And because of that, I ended up putting a lot of weight at the time to be able to cope because I didn't want to feel the emotions. It was really a struggle. And I also had that experience a little bit like Mel Gibson did in What Women Want. I would then blurt out loud, why did you just say that when you really mean this? I was unfiltered as a child, and in that process got myself into a lot of trouble and lost friends, and then realized, oh, I wasn't meant to say that unless someone asks.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you can call in anonymous. You can call in anonymous. You ain't gotta tell nobody who it is, who you really are. You don't have to share. Just change the names and the situations. Just flip it a little bit and tell us. Just call us, because I really want to know what you think about our guest. She's going to give some readings. We have a couple of rules, but before I get to those rules, I want to ask questions. Are you clairvoyant, clairaudient?
Ooh, yes, both. I am
we go.
clairvoyant, the ability to see, clairaudient, hearing, clairsentience, feeling, and claircognizance is you just know. It's a really strong feeling. Again, I believe everyone has that ability, and I'm excited to be here with you. I'm very grateful to be here because I feel that when you put two people together with everyone else as well in the space, that it raises that vibration,
It's
that
consciousness.
energy.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. This is good. All right, here we go.
All of us. Yeah, all together. I mean, everyone that is thinking of calling in, if they have that strong feeling, they should call in.
I'm just going to say this. People are scared. And it's all right. Look at Andy. Andy's scared right now. Andy, I saw you light the sage. I saw it. No, Andy's not scared. But people are afraid of this conversation. And I think a lot of times ignorance is bliss for a lot of people. They don't want to know. They know something is ajar, but they really don't want to know what it is.
Right, because it's going to change everything. But sometimes that thing that is the scary thing to look at will set you free. That negative can turn into a positive, especially when it comes to relationships. If you have a repeated feeling of the person that I'm with, I feel like something's off. I feel like they're not telling me the truth. it's likely they're not telling you the truth and it's your intuition. So what I do with that, because one has to look at, is this fear? Is this paranoia? Or is this really something that my gut is saying? It's a good idea to ask before you go to sleep about that specific situation. When you wake up in the morning, if you're still having the same feeling, it is your intuition
confirming.
Yes.
Wow. Listen, it's happened to me before. Check it out. When I come forward, I'm going to open up the phone lines. This is going to be one of those shows. You guys already know how I get down. The Voice of Reason is on fire. Live from KBLA, Leimert Park, the heart of Africa Town. We got a great guest in the building. If you're ready, I'm ready. When we come forward, the Voice of Reason is on fire tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Just a few short months ago, California Attorney General Rob Bonta filed 11 felony charges against Diana Turan, an assistant district attorney for Los Angeles County. The charges allege that Turan unlawfully accessed confidential computer data, including police officer files in 2018, and continued to use them after joining the DA's office in 2021. Ironically, Turan, who is now on administrative leave, oversaw the Public Integrity Division, responsible for handling high-profile cases of police misconduct and public corruption, including the charges brought against LA City Council member Karen Price last June. To be sure, the case against Price has raised plenty of eyebrows. Indeed, one noted legal scholar has said publicly, and I quote, "Everything about this prosecution reeks," close quote. Could A.G. Bonta, with aspirations to become California governor, be punishing Turan for her role in D.A. George Gascon's police accountability agenda to curry favor with police unions? Could D.A. Gascon be using the case against Price to showcase his tough stance on crime and political corruption as he vies to retain his seat as D.A.? Honestly, I have no idea, but here's what I know for sure. Karen Price has been elected and re-elected by thousands of voters, mostly black and brown, who stand to be further disenfranchised if this matter is not handled correctly, which is why it matters to us at KBLA Talk 1580. When the prosecutor is being prosecuted, it seems to me that at the very least, there ought to be a thorough, top-to-bottom, independent review of all cases under Diana Turan's purview to ensure that none of these cases have been tainted. Justice and fundamental fairness demand no less, if public trust truly matters. And I hope it does. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your feedback.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, Jill. You know them old sugar daddy. They be tricking, they tell them girls. I said you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like.
Wait. Hold on. I know That's a hit record for T.I. But for this show, you gotta play You Don't Know Me. Because she's a psychic. And everybody out there that's afraid to call, they're gonna be like, you don't know me. You don't know. Give me that You Don't Know Me. Listen. Come on.
What's happening, shouting? The king back. I know y'all miss a pimp, right? Yeah, but dig, there's been a lot of hate going on, okay? So let me holler at you something. First of all, look at here, dog. You might have seen me in the street, but shouted, you don't know me. When you holler, when you speak, remember you don't know me. Save all the hating and the popping, pimping, you don't know me. Quit telling people you my partner, listen, you don't know me. Don't be a groupie, keep it moving, shouting, you don't know me. Hey, I ain't tripping, pimp, the truth is really you don't know me. Yeah, you know they call me T.I., but you don't know me. You be hating and I see why, cause you don't know me. I think it's time I made a song for people who don't know me. I graduated at the streets, I'm a real OG. I've been trapping, shooting pistols since I stood 4 feet. So all you rappers acting bad, you gon' have to show me. You gon' make me bring the Chevy to a real slow creep. My partner's hanging out the window, mouth full of gold teeth. When the guns start popping,
I love sessions like this because as gray as mental health is, any opportunity to make it a little more black and white just for ease of understanding really helps me. And we're about to do that with the 9 traits of schizotypal personality disorder. Why don't we start with trait number 1?
So the first one is called what we call ideas of reference. Now that is what we don't see in this schizotypal personality are delusions of reference. Delusions of reference we'd see in a psychotic disorder like schizophrenia. A delusion is an alteration in belief. It's a false belief and not based in reality. An idea of reference is this sense that people are talking about you and things are about you, and it's not out of left field, but you are making too many things about you. There's like a tinge of paranoia to it without it being fully paranoid. So it's almost an egocentricity. This is about me, and this is about me, and this is about me, right? So there's something very primitive thinking all these things are about you, but they become very self-referential. They think people are looking at them, and you may be looking at them, but they'll perceive a menace in that. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
That's what an idea of reference is.
Okay, what about the second one?
The second one is that people with schizotypal personality will often have odd beliefs or engage in magical thinking. If I think this, then this thing will happen. Or, on this particular date, something will happen. It's a little bit worse than having like a lucky rabbit's foot, but it's like a certain date will mean something. So they might go to great pains on that day to avoid a bad consequence from that. But their beliefs are strange. I mean, almost they may even be at the level of like really believing in like psychic stuff, but in a way that seems beyond the pale for other people.
But millions of people believe in psychic
Beyond
stuff.
that, that's what I'm saying. It would really be something that's it's not just consistent with cultural norms. It's really something that is, it's more unusual than that. And like I said, where do you draw that line? A lot of it has to do with the culture one is embedded in. I think somebody might take umbrage, for example, if somebody was, I don't know, the head of a major hospital, and if that person said, I'm using numerology to decide how we're going to make major spending decisions, but then the person who's the head of a major hospital likely wouldn't have schizotypal personality either. But it is odd beliefs, it's magical thinking, it's drawing lines together on beliefs that, it's like believing that on the night of a lunar eclipse that some terrible fate is going to befall people, and then doing things to prevent that terrible fate. That's what I mean.
Yo! Is that what we're doing tonight? Are we engaged in schizotypal type of thinking, magical thinking? Is this is my thought on that, and then I'll throw it to you, Joanna. All science, modern day science, is derived from spirituality, right? You don't get astronomy without astrology, right? You don't get chemistry without alchemy, right? So I'm wondering, when did the child turn on the parent? In psychology, which is, if you look at it from an etymological standpoint, the meaning of the word means the study of the soul. But that's not how modern day psychology works. Right here, we're dealing with a woman who has a particular skill set that might be labeled from a clinical standpoint as schizotypical. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I think there is a fine line, and I definitely resonated with some of what was just shared there, particularly where I see this idea of, oh, it's a lunar eclipse, or Mercury is retrograde, so then we can't do this thing. A lot of the time I see Mercury retrograde is used as an excuse to not take responsibility for one's thoughts, one's feelings, one's actions. So I do not like what I see in terms of where spirituality has become pop culture and using it as an excuse to have poor behavior and not truly be the best version of oneself.
I love that. Oh, should we get our first caller? I mean, you know, I'm doing my little...
It's a very good English accent.
It's a little
It
muddy.
is. I like it.
Yo, you know what? Guys, we're going to wait until we come forward because there's some rules we have to follow. Number one, you get one question, okay? One question only, as Andy just yelled out. One question, okay? So think about your question. Think about what you want to ask. Number two, we want to cycle through these calls quickly, okay? We don't want to burn her out, okay? So that's why I really want... Oh, by the way, do not give her any prompts. Don't tell her. This is not story time. Don't be like, listen, I went to the store and I lost my wallet. And we don't need a whole story. We just need a solid question of interest. Do not prompt her because we don't want you to turn around and say, oh, she just said everything I already said. No, we don't want that. Great question, one question, and then we're off to the answer and then on to the next. When I come forward, the floodgates shall be opened.
Remind you pimping, you don't know. So don't be walking up and asking what's the deal on the key. I don't know if you and why. You could be the police. If I was slanging, you couldn't get a whole seat. See me in the PSC falling through at a show deep. Police holding up the dope, but they know we tote deep. I just wanna rap with seat.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is responding to suggestions that the culture of the New York Fire Department is driving out its first female commissioner after less than 2 years on the job. While fielding questions from the media, Adams, who is black, was asked if Laura Kavanaugh hasn't received the support she needs. He says to ask that without asking the same of men when they leave his administration is sexist. Adams also praised Kavanaugh for shaking up the department, which has seen an increase in female members since she came on. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott says it's a miracle Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt on Saturday. While addressing the crowd at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Scott, who was black, said a, quote, devil came to Pennsylvania holding a rifle, but an American lion got back on his feet, end quote. Scott also railed against President Biden, claiming Biden is asleep at the wheel. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Spectacular savings are happening now at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. You can get a Sleepy's Queen mattress for just $89.99, the lowest price ever. Upgrade, save, and celebrate before it's too late. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store only while supplies last. Restrictions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California. Home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Aviterus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the Black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@KBLA1580.com. That's advertising at KBLA1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you Black.
Hi, it's me, Gia Peppers. Tune in to More Than That live on radio this weekend or wherever you get your podcasts. This week, I'm talking to visual artist Reina Noriega about investing in art, the power of the Black creative, and how artists can turn their creativity into capital. This episode of More Than That is brought to you by Buick, combining beauty and technology to deliver luxurious experiences. Buick, exceptional by design.
At the very root of it all, we are storytellers. It's so important for our voices to be heard, not only as Black artists, but as Black curators and as Black collectors and as Black museum and gallery owners.
I love it.
There are now a lot of people of color that are creating events that welcome the community and welcome diversity. But there still are some of these older galleries that have a certain mindset and run a certain way. When we have some stake in making these decisions, we can push for change for more Black women artists. As a culture, that makes us so much stronger.
How do you recommend that people really stand out in this landscape and get their stuff in front of the right investors?
My advice is always to go within first, to figure out who you are, what your purpose is, what your passion is, so that you can speak about those things confidently and passionately, and it will resonate with people. While I was going on my own inner journey, I also started to realize that I needed to do things for me and not for external validation. When I did that, it had a huge impact and people definitely resonated with that.
That's really good.
But I think people have to be really disciplined. They have to be open to learning more skills. They have to be open to putting themselves out there, to networking, making sure people know what it is that you do and what it is that you want to do so that they can recommend you for things. They will hear you, they will champion you, they will celebrate you, and that will make waves.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's a special what's happening to all my soldiers over there in Iraq. Everybody right here. What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying? Stop looking at what you ain't got, start being thankful for what you do got. Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey! That's right.
Rihanna, let's get it. So live your life. You steady dressing that big car, just live your life.
FYI, this intro can be a little bit emotional. When I was a kid growing up, and maybe you did some of this stuff too, I felt like I caused my mother's terrible feelings, or I felt like I caused her drinking. I felt like I caused her reactions and caused her heavy burdened life by not being a good enough kid. And at a very young age, I would think that I would have the power to change her life and make her happy if I was good. It's like a superhero thing. And we lived in this chaotic, ratty house on the block, which I was deeply ashamed of. So another thing I would do is I would often think that the reason that our house was messy or trashy looking or the lawn was messed up was because I wasn't diligent enough to water it, or somehow fix the big patches of dead spots or the holes in the ground. And I also thought that if I could make all of that happen, then I could be the family hero, which actually is really terrible for kids. And underneath how I was thinking about the lawn, like if I could just make the lawn better, it would change my alcoholic or my messy family system. Like it wouldn't be that anymore if the lawn was nice. Another thing I do to give you some insight on how young children developmentally deal with stress is when my mother would drink and drive with us in the car, which was nearly a daily experience for us. My siblings and I, we would hold on to the passenger side door armrest and pretend to steer the car to compensate.
Just listening to that video is heartbreaking, but at the same time, it brings to mind a question. Can the onset of post-traumatic stress disorder or childhood PTSD, trauma, can it be like the onset of an awakening for a gift, a psychic gift? Talk to me.
Absolutely. I feel that so much. I think that most people who are highly intuitive have gone through some type of trauma. Yes, I've gone through trauma. Very much so. And I really resonate actually with the gentleman that shared that. And that idea of needing to be a hero. For me, I wanted to be Wonder Woman. I wanted more than anything to get taken to the department store and get that Wonder Woman outfit because that was the way I could rescue, to save. Because I used to kneel by the bed every night before going to sleep, praying for my parents, praying, just not wanting to feel stuff. But instead, my grandma got me a nurse's costume.
And here we go.
Yes.
You're still helping. All right, here we go. We got callers on the line. We're going to stop by Houston, Texas first. Attila from Houston, Texas. My niece, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Well, I can't ask what your thoughts are. What is your question? I know you got a question. I already know you got a question. Now's the time to ask.
Well, first, hello, Joanna. How are you?
I'm so well. Lovely to meet you, Attila.
Yes, ma'am. So I actually don't have a question.
Oh, Lord.
That's okay.
I don't.
Is it that you just would like to sort of know, something that you need to know or something like that? There's the want and there's the need. And sometimes I'll try and go in the middle.
No, Attila is she's trying to worm out of this. She don't want you to reveal nothing. I already know.
But I know she's very intuitive. Well, Attila, I know you're very intuitive. I know you are the person that very much is there helping other people. People are always coming to you because they feel you are a safe space. I mean, you really are someone that holds space for others. And you have a lot of compassion. You are a support to a lot of other people. And one of the things that I feel is very important is sometimes that managing your energy. I know you're a mega empath and have gone through that pretty much through all your life. So the biggest thing would be to conserve your energy sometimes, because you'll go through big output and then sort of burn out. So self-care is absolutely critical for you to be able to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, even though you are giving and giving and giving. You're so heart-centered. You have such a beautiful soul.
Don't start crying. Don't cry.
Wow. I'm not crying. I am shook. I mean, if I do have a question, I guess it would be career-wise. I want to know if I should stay at my current place of employment.
Ooh, okay. So, you see, I think that it's not. This is going to be a free will thing for you. I feel that this is so difficult because I don't think it's quite time for you to leave quite yet, is what I'm getting. Like, hang on a little bit longer. I don't want you to sabotage yourself and then cut off the earning. And because one thing, I see this path where you could very much work for yourself. I feel like this thing of you going very much into caring for others. Anything like you would be amazing at counseling, guiding, supporting people, holding space for people. Anything that is a caring profession.
Like a coach.
Yes.
Huh.
But I just feel like I'm just concerned. Like, I just feel like you need to give yourself a runway. I don't want you to regret leaving the job too soon. I don't feel anything negative per se in your job. I just feel like just don't do it quite yet.
Attila?
Okay. And you're still needed at your job. I don't think you realize how much you're needed there.
Wait, you know what's funny?
What?
I've talked to her about this, and it's just comedy to hear you say, it's fine. Go ahead, Attila. Go ahead.
Don't be telling my business, huh? Uncle Zo, don't be telling my business.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just saying, like, she kind of right. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts, Attila? Share your thoughts on what she said to you now.
Man, I want to be hard-headed and leave, but I know she's right. Thank you so much.
There you go. Attila, guess what you just did?
All right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. Whose city will be next? The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580 when we come forward. Oh, I got time. Great. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. Aloha. Get in here. What are your thoughts? I got to hear your question.
Aloha. Greetings and blessings, chat. Master teacher, greetings.
All love,
the
brother.
question of the evening. Is there more than just these 5 senses that everybody keeps talking of? I think we're being cheated here.
You already know the answer to that. To me, it's a rhetorical question. So absolutely, there's more to it. I think it's that, is it that you're trying to ask how you should use those senses? I mean, I feel with you, again, the flow tonight, when I said some of these things go in 2, 3, or just the whole vibe, you're very, very in tune. I feel that you are very aligned, super grounded. You're not off at all. I feel like you have very solid energy, very positive energy. Like, if I was going to look at what's the challenge, it's more about allowing yourself to live a bigger life, to be more to. I feel this again. You're someone very much. I could see you going into spiritual leadership and guiding other people and holding space for others. I mean, you are. I don't know in terms of your profession, but all I know is when I look at you on a soul level, I go, oh, you are a spiritual teacher who has wisdom. You have the ability to channel. You have the ability to write. You're grounded. You're pragmatic. You already know. And I would say you don't need to ask for permission to lead or to teach others because you have a lot of experience.
John?
Sir.
Don't get tongue-tied now. Go ahead.
Well, it's not that I'm not tongue-tied or anything like that. It's just, one, thank you for allowing me the permission to go forward.
There it is.
The question is where's the battle?
He ready to get in the battle. I'm going to tell you that now. Come on, John.
The battle's normally within. I think. I mean, look, I think what it is that you're so in tune, you have a lot of wisdom. A lot of the time you hold back and you don't speak up, even though oftentimes from a spiritual standpoint, you are the smartest person in the room, spiritually, with your wisdom, and you stay very low key. And so I think what happens is sometimes you're seeing certain behaviors, you're seeing things, but you don't step in and tell someone what to do. And you're doing the right thing there with that. So I think it's more about you stepping out there and saying, okay, I'm going to become maybe a little bit more of a public figure in your community, and then seeing where it takes you from there.
John?
Interesting.
Yeah, listen, you know what's really interesting? This is a woman who really doesn't know anything about the culture of this show. Anybody, I'm telling you, I'm in the streets. People are walking up to me. They know your names. The brother John from Hawaii be dropping jewels, so when he call in, hey, that girl Nikki down in Mississippi, when she call in, and then the Attila, the girl that be helping you with the topics, yeah, man, they know y'all. She doesn't know you. Do you understand? So for her to just pull that out, you know how many jewels you've dropped on? I ain't even gonna get into it. What city? John, what did you just do?
Brought Mountain View in the house, but again, we are on the mountain.
There it is, Brother John. We appreciate it. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, you already know the procedure. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more discussion and more callers.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit, but shouted he not me. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Brawls don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lack down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front to back, they yelling.
Now, magical thinking is usually considered a bad thing, but getting PTSD during childhood and going into magical thinking and getting really good at it may just have saved you from having your spirit destroyed. And I want to tell you why I say that. So when bad things were happening and a parent hurt you or abandoned you or told you you were worthless, your little child's mind, you know, if you had stayed present and lucid in those moments, you would have had to absorb that blow. You would have had to take it in, and it's so unthinkably painful that it could have shattered you emotionally and psychologically. And I mean, what parent even says these kind of things? I've heard them do it. It happens. But who would abandon a kid? Who would physically hurt them? So as a kid, you couldn't take that in. Your mind did something incredibly brilliant and separated you and shut down the feelings and hardened that little tender part of you that could perceive reality, that was tuned into the nuance of what everything means and where people are coming from. And it put those parts of you in a safe place, in quasi-unconsciousness. And that's how you dealt with experiences that could otherwise have hurt you even more. So, checking out. Thank goodness that we were able to do that so that there's an intact little spirit in there now, and we have the good fortune to bring this part of ourselves back into the world. It's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building. You already know what it is. We have an amazing topic, amazing conversation going on. Phone lines are absolutely berserk. Heru Ali, Battle Creek, Michigan. Andy wants to get him in right now. What is the deal that you had to put in the rush order? I didn't know we had rush orders on the phone line, but what's up, Heru?
Peace and love to the family of nations, honor zone, everybody.
Yes.
I got about 6%. That's why I said I wasn't gonna call in.
6% on your phone battery. All right, real quick. Yeah. What's your question, Heru? Ghetto Gourmet.
When and how will I die?
You serious?
Oh, I'm absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie. I be wanting. Listen.
Come on now.
I ruminate on that often.
Come on now.
Can't. Yeah, we can't. Hello.
Peace,
this is Ghetto Gourmet.
The same guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, first of all, you have a fabulous sense of humor. I just love that name. It just lights me up, and I find it interesting that you want to know when you're going to die. I feel like it's more. The question would be better to say, I just need a next level of purpose, because there's something where one of the things I feel with you, you're super, again, a lot of intelligent people calling in, but you are very, very smart, and you have this ability where we talked about clairvoyance before. Maybe you don't experience that, but I feel it's like you can see through people almost. You can just see them. It's like someone could say something and you can call out their BS right away. You smell it from a mile away.
She's checking you, Scorpio. Come on, you know she.
Are you a Scorpio?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm a Scorpio too. So I love that. Yeah, love Scorpios. So this idea of when and how will I die? It's more, I'm bored with life. When is life going to get more exciting? Because I can just read people so easily. And so it's, yeah. I think you need
to your neighbor. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's important for you to focus on how can you challenge yourself next. How can you go from maybe playing and, I don't know, get on the court instead of being on the sidelines, instead of just being in the swimming pool, get in the ocean. I know I'm using these sort of.
So all she's saying to you, man, is to diversify your purpose portfolio.
He's so smart. I don't know who you are, but I know you're really, really bright. Too smart for your own good, almost.
Yeah, he is. He knows what's up. Hey, Haru, guess what you just did, brother?
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Battle Creek, Michigan is in the building. Let's get back home to Los Angeles. Felicia from LA. What up, Felicia? You got your question ready, I hope. Felicia.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
You got that right.
Felicia. Feliz Navidad.
And
Get in here.
And I, too, am a Scorpio.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Felicia. This is wonderful. I love it.
Let's go. Tell us what you need to tell us.
Here we go. I'm exhausted with the chaos I'm experiencing. My life in the third quarter is not my plan. What does the next 10 years look like? Making it into the fourth quarter.
Okay, Felicia, yes. Because you output so much energy, and you're mega empath as well. I feel like you just have, but not your typical, Anita, let me just zone in on this. I'm actually going to pick a card for you. I haven't done that with everyone else, but I'm going to do this because this one's been calling. I wondered who it was for. And so it is showing, well, this card is the 3 of air. And at the top of it, it shows confusion. But I think that what this is about being able, like, you need to be able to put things aside. I feel like you need to step out of certain situations. That's what I'm seeing. There are things that are irreconcilable, and definitely also what I see with this is that there has been some betrayal there. I know this sort of, again, I can't get like deep into this, but like I just, there is a betrayal. There is like where you're in a sort of a catch-22 position. I wonder if has there at some point been some type of like legal battle or something that's gone on because...
Wait. Felicia, she's about to get deep.
Yeah.
She about to get deep.
Let it go.
Because I feel your spirit right now. But hold tight. When we come forward, we going back to Los Angeles to finish this read.
Talk about shooting out, now we're doing it quick. If I hit you in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. And if I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I copy chromed out, hard talk, career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't nothing, I get better with time.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is responding to suggestions that the culture of the New York